It's 4 days before Christmas, and I'm spending it alone. Everywhere you look online, there's advice on how to survive singleness over the holidays. But here's what's actually helped. If you're single this Christmas or far from family, or your life situation has changed and you're just realizing the holidays feel quieter than they used to, this video is for you. Not because something is wrong with you, but because this season hits differently when you're in the in-between. And I've been thinking a lot about how people are struggling over the holidays. Not loudly, not dramatically, quietly. It's hard. Friends may all be married, and neighbors may all be busy with kids, or your family may all live far away, or maybe you're experiencing loss and grief this season, or job loss and work activities and events no longer exist, and this season no longer has the same sparkle. It has silence. I want to make one thing clear. This isn't oh, poor me, singleness is terrible, or oh, let's be the Grinch, or even just muster up the joy because that's the only way to get through it. It's not about that fake jolliness. This season is about how you can bring meaning into your Christmas if you happen to be alone. And for me, while I'll get to see family over Christmas itself, much of the time leading up to it and after will be alone. And the thing I've learned is that being alone is different than being lonely. The holidays blur that line though, completely. You can enjoy the slowness you get, the quiet you get, the comfiness on your couch to be able to do the things you love, and also deep sadness. You can experience the joy of independence and also wish you had someone who would give you a hug after seeing Christmas lights. Both things can exist. Both feelings can exist. See, we all grow up with traditions. Family traditions, traditions through school, through work, through friends, that all start to develop around the holiday season. And it's very important, especially in a time of remote work, retiring, or singleness, that you build in traditions for yourself. I am someone who is single, who doesn't live close to family, who has moved every 1 to 2 years, and some years have deep community, other years not so much. The one thing I've learned is I have to build in my own traditions. And there are 3 ways that I do this. I'm going to walk through each way now. Number 1, what is your phrase or word or theme that you want your Christmas or holiday to bring? For me, I want it to be cozy, peace, and slowness this year. It may change in future years, but for this year, I want it to be cozy, peace, and slowness. And this enables you to start thinking through how can you make it meaningful for you. This isn't someone else's Christmas. This is yours. And this is yours in this specific year, in this moment in time. So I like to build up traditions and rituals, and the biggest thing is there are some things I only let myself have during this time, and so it feels extra special and like a treat. I have pajamas that I only wear during December. Every time I put them on, it almost feels like I'm bringing in the holiday. The other thing is I have a holiday cozy warm drink. I only drink this time of year. While I am someone who always drinks hot drinks, coffees, teas, hot chocolate, during Christmas time, I make a special hot chocolate that's extra special. It takes a little bit of extra effort, but I always put it in a Christmas mug like this one, whipped cream and sprinkles. And so it's just something that it's my Christmas drink. Another specific ritual tradition is I read either Lord of the Rings or Harry Potter. And there's just something about, I know this story, I've read this book however many times, I know what happens. Experience other characters that are going through deep challenges, but also the triumph of good in a very difficult time, and the triumph of friendship and joy and light. And gosh, yeah, Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, and Chronicles of Narnia are my go-tos. Another ritual I do is Michael Bublé when I'm making dinner. Every night during the holiday season, there is something about his voice, and jazz feels extra special. His voice is just... I also like to find something that I'm gonna do for someone else. Sometimes that can be making my favorite chocolate chip cookies. How can I make a stranger smile? Maybe interrupt the robotic nature of every day with a phrase, or maybe something silly, that you're finding a way to make someone else smile, and that gives me such joy. And I think that also helps me to get outside of myself during a season that I think is about loving others. And that's one of my favorite little ways to try to like focus on that during the season. Schedule in days for yourself. Don't think in moods, because moods can change. I like to have a holiday outside the home day where I'm going to an event or going to see Christmas lights, and I'm doing that just for me. So this year there was a small local theater doing a little Christmas performance. I did this yesterday and got to go into the routine of feeling all dressed up and nice and hear strangers all laugh together, and that was magical. The second day is my cozy holiday day, where I don't have to leave my house. I have these cozy pajamas. If I want to stay in the pajamas the whole day, I can do that. I start and I'll make myself French toast and put berries on top, and drink my coffee out of my favorite mug, my little snowman mug. I can cozy up and read a book, or do a puzzle, or play the piano. It's about being warm and fuzzy indoors and enjoying and appreciating that slow, cozy time. And I always end the day with my favorite holiday movie and a little hot cocoa. The third type of day is a social day that doesn't involve the holidays, but it's a get out of the house day. I think it's really easy, especially for me. I sometimes struggle with naturally wanting to go into hermit mode, especially on what I call them my darker days, where depression may try to sneak in. And I think it is very important that you have at least one day on the calendar that's scheduled up. I am going to see other humans. I am going to the park, or I am going to a coffee shop and I am going to get a coffee. You don't feel the pressure or the overwhelm to actually interact with others. But my one thing that I do for myself on that day is I have to see another human being. So I think it's important you schedule those 3 days. It gives you also something to look forward to on your December calendar that you were in charge of and that you created. I think it's easy to see the world moving fast around you, and feelings are going to rise up. Jealousy, maybe when you see a cute couple outdoors, or you get holiday cards, and the feelings are going to show up. It is important that you not pretend that they're not there, because they're there. Stuffing them down is not going to help you. They're going to bubble up and rush out in some other way. So when you have the feelings, recognize them. It then allows you to provide yourself with extra care during that time. I like to have a list that I put in my bathroom where I will always see it, and it's reminders of how to do self-care. I call this my emergency list. And first off on that list is text someone. If you are going through a really dark time, more than the maybe casual loneliness you might experience, you need to reach out to someone. You need another human being. And the encouragement of beautiful words from a friend, or even just a, I'm thinking of you, I'm here, you're not alone. The power that those words will have is, there's nothing matched to it. And I hope that for every person here, that you have someone you can reach out to. You need to go see another human being. Even if you are not talking to a stranger, I want you to go outside, go on a walk, go to a park. Maybe someone has a cute animal they've brought and you don't have to talk. You can mainly just talk to the dog or just pet the dog. See a human. The other thing on the emergency list is I need a way to provide like warmth to myself. And I am someone who loves physical affection. And if I'm not getting hugs, which are very rare when I'm single, there's something about a hot shower and a bubble bath. Like, I have on my list, like, take a bubble bath, because it feels like a cozy water hug and you're pampering yourself. And there's just this amazing way I think that water and warmth can rejuvenate us in a very, very powerful way. So find ways that you can kind of provide that coziness to yourself. The other thing I like to do on my emergency list, and I want you to think about yours, is at the beginning of December, I make like the biggest bowl of chili. It often goes into multiple giant pots of chili, and then I freeze like 20 servings of chili. And the reason I do this is because I am someone that sometimes struggles with cooking, especially when you're single. I don't know what it is. It feels like, why put all of that effort into one meal? There are harder days where that feels like an overwhelming, exhausting mess and worthless bit of time. So what my past self does is help my present self. It's, you freeze it, you freeze the chili, and then like today, I get to pull it out. It's gonna take a few minutes to heat up, and it's almost like a cozy hug from your past self of, I see you, I know today is hard. I love you and I care for you. And it's from past you. And that would be my big recommendation for anyone who may be particularly struggling on those days. So, help your future self. Christmas is coming up. 1, schedule something you get to look forward to. 2, create an emergency list. These next few days or next few weeks may be hard, and you may need to think through what is one way or a few ways in which I can give extra care for myself or pamper myself. And number 3, what are ways that you are bringing in Christmas traditions or holiday traditions? How are you theming your Christmas? If you are navigating the holidays on your own this year, you're not broken. You're just in a quieter season. And I'm just going to ask you, what is that season going to look like? For me, it wasn't fixing Christmas this year. It was, how do I make Christmas meaningful during this time? After this, I'm looking into the new year and thinking through, how can I bring this into a new life that I want to rebuild? So I'll be continuing with that if you want to follow along. If you have traditions or if you have tips for what's been helpful for you in a season where you might be alone, throw them in the comments. I know I would love to read them. I get so excited reading what other people have loved doing this time of year. I know too it could be really helpful for someone else who may be watching this video who is alone for the first time. And just wish you all a very Merry